What's up, everybody? Today we're on Crossroads, and I wanted to show you this line skidder. This is the winch mod on the back of this thing. It's just a I guess they call it a cable skidder. Yeah, cable skidder. I'm not used to this. These are used in more hilly terrain areas, and here in North Louisiana it's pretty flat, so you don't really see these too much around here. In fact, I don't think when I was a forester, I don't think I ever saw anybody using a cable skidder. But they are around more in the mountainous areas, I guess, because you can hook up, well, you can run this winch out and hook up to a log and then drag it back up the hill. And if your skidder starts slipping, then you can let it loose and then drive your skidder on up the hill, then winch the log back up to you. So it is real more useful in mountainous terrain. Probably some other applications too, but most part probably in more mountainous areas. But anyway, so I was testing this out the other day, and actually y'all won't see it until the high-speed logging number 4 comes out. But on Pacific Inland I did switch to this because I found it a lot I mean, like 1,000% better to drag logs with this because you can just anywhere they're at, you can hook up a chain to it, and it won't let you, at least that I've tested and haven't figured it out if it does, but I don't think it lets you actually winch the logs up to you. I think it just hooks onto it. And there's a certain amount of chain that you can have. So when you first hook up the first log, if you've got another log that's pretty far away, then you hook up maybe 2 more or 3 more logs that are pretty far away. Eventually it's going to say you have no more chain left, you can't hook up anymore. But if you hook them up real close, I mean, I've hooked up as many as, I think one time I hooked up 8. I think it was 7 or 8 logs. So you can hook up quite a few, and it just increases the productivity, because as it is right now, with the game the way it is, the physics of the logs and the grapple skidders, just, I mean, they don't do it. So you can at best get 3, maybe 4. If you have a skidder that has a strap on it, you might be able to get, a bundle, but then it looks weird because they're sticking straight out, and it just you're not dragging the logs, you're carrying the logs mostly. So anyway, it just looks kind of weird. But I tested this out and it's really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and load it up on the low boy over here. Well, and I forgot to detach it. Oh well. We'll carry this over to our logging site. In fact, it probably needs to be up here. The only thing about this cable skidder is that to me it's lacking maybe a little bit of power. I wish they would have put in a couple of different engine options where you could pick something that had a tad bit more power, because if you've got 6 or 7 good size, I mean the big size logs hooked up to it, it's going to struggle to go up even some steep hill or some shallow hills, some small hills. So it's lacking a little bit of power, but I mean it'll make it. I mean, I haven't I haven't encountered a hill yet to where it hasn't been able to make it up it with a good size number of logs. Yeah, I should have went the other way. Oh well. Get turned around. I haven't played this map all this much. It's kind of like Rattlesnake Valley. The thing's so big you almost have to have the map up. It's a nice looking mod. I mean, it's the cable skidder itself is really well done. I mean, I don't know who did this. Haven't heard of them. I had well, I guess that was something else. Anyway, I'll have to look up the modders and see who did that, because it's a super nice mod. I mean, it's real detailed. Very nice mod. The only thing that is a little weird, you know, of course, when you've got a grapple skidder and you can, um, you kind of try to, well, you almost have to have the logs all butted up together even. And with this, you can grab them, you know, from just about anywhere as long as you got enough chain. So it's real easy to, I guess, see like this bunch of logs right here. I mean, I could leave them sitting just as they are, and they won't bunch up nice. They'll be all at different lengths back there because of the way they're sitting right now. That's how they hook up. So you would almost have to hook up, like say the one at the very top, drag it forward a little bit, then hook up the next one, then hook up the next one. You know what I'm saying? So to get them all nice and even where the cut part is. But anyway, it's just really nice though to be able to drag up more than about 2 at a time. It makes for some more efficient logging, I guess, as it is in the game right now. I mean, if they come back with Farming Simulator 19 or something and change the tree physics where you can actually grab more than 2 logs in a grapple skidder, then that might change the ball game. But for right now, I think this line cable skidder's the way to go. So even though that's not what I normally see around where I live, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to it. Okay, let's see. Well, I believe I was trying to go around and pick up some. Oh yeah, I knew we need to do one more thing. That just reminded me. Let's see. I don't have a tractor. Oh yeah, I got my tree planters are going. And this is field 15. I've got 2 of them. There's one there and then one across the way over there. They're both going different directions, so hopefully they'll meet in the middle and stop. Maybe with a big collision, but they may. Hopefully they'll get it all planted. I do have automatic purchase of seeds on, so whenever the well, I guess we won't do it, but if the seedlings were to run out, it would just buy some more. But it's going to just stay at 20 is all it's going to do. But anyway, I'm going to let this the tree planters go. I mean, it may take, I don't know, I hope it doesn't take too long to do all this. But I've discovered that I can't stop it and restart it, because if I do, they'll get crazy. Like if you can tell them, you know, start. If let's say we let this row finish out, so that's 2 rows will be done. If you stop it and then come back later and get them started on row 3, they may start going back to the left and planting over the top of what they already planted. So they don't really care which way they left off. They just start going some direction. So I have to let it go until it finishes. So this may be a while, but we will let it go. And there's my 3rd one sitting there. I'm gonna wait on it because I don't have enough time today to plant another field. I may end up having to buy one more. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay. So what we need to do is we need a tractor. We need to get our Brooks wood chipper on there. And I usually like going for the biggest one I can that has the front PTO. But that one's a bit too, I think that's too excessive. So I think been going with these Fence. They're pretty well priced. Let's see, we won't go for the biggest one, but we do need some power because we got those 2 attachments on there. And I think I'm just going to go with the wide tires. The twin tires seems to be a bit too wide. And then we're going to need, let's see, it's under forestry equipment. We need the AHWI FM700 stump grinder. And we're going to need the Brooks Big Daddy. Alright, now let's go take a look at, oops. Let's go find it. Oh. Okay, well, we already had one. Didn't see that sitting over there. Okay, well, I think I'm going to keep this tractor, though, but I think we'll go ahead and sell the equipment we just bought. Yeah, I didn't know I had that sitting there. Now, question is which one? I guess it's the newer one. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep this tractor around because we may need a bigger tractor at some point. Because this, like I was saying, this I think it was last time. This tractor right here pulling this hay baler, it's a bit underpowered, I think. Yeah, we've got it buried in straw at the moment. But this thing was putting out some hay bale or straw bales because this big old combine I've got here got this huge header on it. It's like 100-foot header, and it was putting out some straw in the back of that thing. This is the John Deere T660i, which I think it's one of the biggest ones. The only thing that's kind of bad about this big old header, I mean, it's nice of cutting the wheat down, but the pipe won't get out past the header, so you can't have a truck up next to it. You got to wait for it to get full and then do it. Let's see. I wonder. Let's see if we can't go ahead and get this thing started. Maybe I can just hire a worker. So I'd like to get this. I'd like to get this wheat cut. Oops. I guess it was already ready to go. Well, there's so much stuff to do. Okay, now can I hire a worker? I don't think so. Well, that's a bummer. Well, since I got it started already, we'll just make one pass and then we'll get busy on some forestry stuff. I gotta get this wheat harvested before it withers. And I did have to park the tractor right there, didn't I? Oh, it puts a huge... I wonder why it does that. Okay, well I may have to get a course player route set up for that or something because it doesn't seem to want to let you hire a worker. And my hopper in there is about full, so I have to get the truck over there. But look at that huge pile of straw it puts out. That's crazy. I wonder if that's just, I don't remember any of the other combine mods I've had doing that. That's weird. Okay, so let me find the tractor that I didn't think I had that I do have. There it is. Oh, I could have swore I didn't have one of these things. I was going to get some of these pieces cleared up over here. Then we are going to have to get one more tractor though, because I've started using the silage cutter to pick up all this wood chips and stuff, and it just makes it a lot easier to put it into a trailer. Alright, is there anything else we need to get? I think these trees aren't the biggest, but we'll see. You know, over on Pacific Inlet, I started actually trying to skid up some of the smaller trees and actually utilize them, because what I was doing was just going around with this Brooks wood chipper and chipping them up, the small trees, because the skidder doesn't really want to pick up the small trees very well. But now that I have the cable skidder, I can pick them up a little better. But whenever you get to the processor, it doesn't want to pick them up. So I think I'm just going to start going back and picking up all the or chipping up all the little small trees. Oh, I missed a bunch over here. Because there's really no sense in trying to waste time to pick up those little small trees when the skidder doesn't even want to pick them up unless you use the cable skidder, and the processor won't even process them. So it ended up just being a waste of time with those small trees. And let's see if I can figure out, give an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, well, here's a good example. So this tree right here in front of us, it's fairly short. It's just, you know, just hasn't grown a lot. Then you look at the trees over to the left of it. They're about twice as tall. So that's what I'm talking about, these little small trees. And I don't think we have a chip trailer yet either. Well, let's see here. Alright, first thing we need to do is I want to get over here and get these logs out of the way. And then we'll go buy us one of those silage cutters. We can pick up this wood chips that we're driving over the top of. And then we'll get us a little trailer that we can use to haul behind it. Because what you do is you get the silage cutter. It's got a little pipe on it that shoots the wood chips back towards the back, or towards a trailer, I guess, in general. And then you can put them into that little trailer, and then when it gets full, of course, go sell them at the sawmill. Well, try grabbing it from this way. I believe last time we had just kind of made a mess with all these logs over here, skidding them up, because we're still trying to get the landing up here, the set, kind of squared away, and it's kind of had trees going everywhere. So I believe what I was doing was just cutting them as I found them with the processor, since it's mobile. And I'll probably continue to do that, and just, since everything's mobile, we don't have to worry about pulling a trailer anywhere. I'll tell you what, though, I'm gonna go ahead and strap all these logs down. I know we don't have a full load yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and take these on down to the sawmill, because I want to check that out. I think I've only looked at the sawmill one time, and it's at the very bottom between 8 and 21 down there, so we need to take a right and then take a left at the very bottom. So we're going to cut through some farmer's field to get around these trees. So I can't remember what kind of setup we have down here at the sawmill, so I want to check it out first. And I can't remember what kind of sell point we have either. Check, check. I found a mod that lets you, it's a log rack. It's basically some concrete rails, I guess, with steel posts on the ends, so you can set them up and use them as a log rack. So I can't remember what all's down here. We'll go check it out and see. Okay, so we're gonna need something to tip over our log trailer. Oh, it just, okay, well, never mind. You just drive over it. Okay. Didn't realize it would do that. That's fine, though. There's our wood chip sell point. In fact, we may need a wood chip storage facility. I may have to buy one of those. Because, let's see, let's take a look at the finances, the prices. Okay, where's the sawmill? There it is. Okay, so $342 per 1,000 liters. That's not terrible, not wonderful. Biogas plant. Pretty high for whatever that is. Silage, I guess. So yeah, we'll get us one of those wood chip storage facilities because we'll eventually need it. I mean, if we start selling a bunch of wood, of course, the prices go down, and we can stockpile it until the price go back up. But for the wood storage, probably what I'll do is right out there next to that building, I'll cut down those trees and make us some log racks over there and get us some storage options. And we are going to be up here at this job site for a little while, so I'll go ahead and get us some course play routes set up for next time, or try to remember to anyway. Yeah, we're eventually going to be buying all the fields. We've got field 12, 15, and 16 currently, and then we'll be buying some more to plant in trees, because I want to do all plantation style forestry on this map. Plant just about every field that we can in the pine trees. Okay, so let's get us another tractor. Well, actually, we've already got a tractor. I think I'll just use that one. So let's see, we do need that. And let's see, where is that silage cutter? Was it here or was it somewhere else? Maybe it's under miscellaneous. Yeah, there it is. And let's see, I think I went with red last time. I like red, if you can't tell. And we're going to need us a little tipper. And I think what I had been going with was this one right here. It only holds 21,000 liters, but I just don't know if one of these bigger ones might work. I'll have to test it and see. We can obviously we can't. We're gonna pull down a tractor, so we can't use one of these that has to use a. Well, I guess we could use a dolly or something, but I'm just gonna stick with this one. I know it works. I'll test out some bigger ones later. And we go with the wide tires. This big thing's in the way. This is our grass cutter. So we did need this tractor after all. So we hook up this silage cutter, which works on just about anything. Get that going, and then we'll get this trailer hooked up. And so you go pipe out. And it's basically ready to go now. All you just gotta do is get it over there and turn it on and lower it. It's got lights on it and everything. It's pretty neat. See, there's the lights. You even got one in the back so you can see what you're doing. And I think it went the wrong way again. Well, I hope everybody had a good weekend. We did. Stayed busy. Let's see, Saturday morning I mowed the yard. Then we had the local college had a fan day, I guess you call it, and all the football players were out there signing autographs. I got a poster signed by all the players and the head coach. And then we went over to an open house for one of the ATV dealers. Well, they sell a bunch of stuff. They got hunting equipment and lawn mowers, ATVs, side by sides, all that stuff they had there. Had a big open house and went by there and got some free food and registered to win a 4-wheeler, which I guess I did not win because they didn't call me. But anyway, so I had a lot of fun there. And then my sister and niece and nephew were in town, so had supper with them. That was always a good time. Okay, so you just turn this on and drive up to your little bit of sawdust, and it'll pick it right up. you just drive kind of slow, it'll get it all. See, it's filling up this trailer pretty fast, but I just don't know if it would work with a bigger trailer. I have to test it and see. Some of them I've figured out, like with the Brooks Big Daddy wood chipper. At first I didn't like it. I didn't want to use it because I was using the wrong trailer. Once I figured out what trailer to use, then it worked fine. So sometimes it's just a little trial and error to make everything work right. Alright, let's see. I think there's maybe a little bit more somewhere, or maybe that's it. Okay, that was it. Well, we're almost full anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and park it over here, and we'll get us a service truck or a pickup truck or something to haul these wood chips down there. Okay, let's see, what do we need to do now? I think I'm gonna get these logs out of the way. I'm not really sure. I mean, I can pull up these, I guess, but I'm not really sure what to do with those right there. I may just have to go ahead and process them. So I'll probably just pull these straight forward and get them processed. Just get them out of the way. Okay, so the way this thing works is you just hop out, and I think, yeah, okay, you don't even have to have the tractor running. So you just walk up to it. When your little mouse cursor thing turns to a hand, you hit B on the keyboard, and it hooks up the logs. And see, it says up there, TAJ Fun remaining chain 13.53 meters. So you can hook up a good many trees as long as you've got, and see, the further you get away, it says remaining chain. And see, I can't go any more past this. So if I had a log sitting out here, I probably couldn't do it. If it was about here, I probably could, but a little further out it won't let me. Okay, and so you just hook it up, and you just take off driving, and then you get hung on a stump. No, I'm just kidding. They will get hung on stumps, so you got to kind of watch that. But I'm just gonna put it right there, and then if you hit left shift and B, it releases all the chains at once. So it's kind of a shortcut to hopping out and manually unchaining every one of them. Okay, and let's see if we can get these processed just right where they are. We won't worry about you know, putting them anywhere fancy. Yeah, this sawdust adds up quick, but we got a good way of dealing with it now. Before I thought it was a good idea because, I mean, ordinarily you get a little bit of sawdust, you know, when you're running a chainsaw or processor or something like that, but this seems to be a bit excessive, and even though I've got it at the very lowest setting on the sawdust mod, it's still, in my opinion, a bit too much. But hey, it's a game, it's you know what it is. And we got a good way of dealing with it now, so I'm just gonna leave it like it is. too far out there. Alright, what happened there? Must have got hung up on something back there. Alright, we're too far away. Let's get these back over here so we can clear our road. Alright, come on, cut. And of course, we made a big mess. These trees are just so long. Alright, come on. Just letting them go wherever they want to go. I'll deal with picking them up later. Well, eventually what I'm trying to do is I'm going to cut out all this on this left side for a good ways back, maybe another couple of rows or so, just to open them up quite a bit, and then we'll move our operation here so I have a good open spot to work with, because the first time I did Crossroads, I was back there against the fence and it didn't work out too well because the trees, when I tried to process them and load them and stuff, kept hitting the fence and just caused a big problem. So move it up a little further this time. Alright, now let's see if we can get some of this cleaned up. Alright, one more thing I just thought about. We are going to need a wood chip trailer. I think I'm going to go for this big 48 footer. It holds 80,000 liters. And this is what I've been using over on Pacific Inlet. And let's see. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these trees cut down that need to be cut. That way we can take the stump grinder and get that cleaned up. I'm going to cut back 2 more rows of these trees, at least 2, maybe 3. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see what it looks like when I get done. But I'm gonna go at least 2 right now. Yeah, I think I'll just go 2 for right now and then maybe come back later if we need to. Now I've kind of found that the little trick to not making the tree cut as it's falling out of, if you cut it and then it's in the grapple or whatever, and then when you're trying to lay it down, it's to have the tree up a little higher. So like for instance, if I try to drop it lower to the ground like this, sometimes it'll bounce back or just get stuck in the grapple. But if you cut it and then hold it up a little higher, like about there, most of the time it won't do that. It'll just drop on down. Let's see, we got the processor right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop this tree down right over here so I can pick it up. Okay, now we've got us an open spot. I'll get in here and get all these stumps cleared out. And I'll go ahead and park the feller buncher on down here so we can get started later with this. And this, I think this is going to give us enough room to operate. Let's take a look, see. Yeah, that should be plenty of room. That's a big old stump right there. Well, there it is. Took forever to find. It takes forever to find this thing. I may have to eventually get that vehicle switcher group thing set up and start using it. I've got it. I just haven't got it set up. Oh, didn't know that was on. Alright everybody, well I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here for today. We've got our landing just about done. I'll finish getting these stumps ground up and then we'll have us a nice level stump free area to work in. And then I need to get busy on this wheat so I can get it harvested before it withers and start selling some of that straw. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. Next time we'll have this site all prepared and ready to go, so we don't have to spend time with this. And we'll try to get us a few more loads to the sawmill, maybe get us some wood chips going, and hopefully I'll have field number 15 planted in trees, and so that way when we come back we can be ready to go with first thinning possibly. Well, it'll take a while for the trees to grow, but a first thinning eventually on that field number 15. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish this out off camera. So appreciate you watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers. I think I picked up a few new subscribers since the last video. So I do appreciate everybody hitting that subscribe button, and just continue to watch because we'll be doing high-speed logging number 4 for Pacific Inlet is coming up pretty soon. And then after that I'm probably going to be doing possibly a high-speed video on this map, not for certain yet, and I might do a high-speed video on the Ridgecrest map, because over on Ridgecrest we're doing wood chips and there's a huge bunker that we're putting all the wood chips in, and so far we're up to over 2 million liters of wood chips. So I'm probably going to be doing, probably not here first, but probably over on Ridgecrest first. I'll be doing a high-speed video there. And what I do, if you haven't seen any of them, I just record the episodes as long as it takes to accomplish whatever we're trying to accomplish, and then I'll put them in my video editor and speed it up, put it to some music, so you can just kick back and watch the fun. But so yeah, I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and next time we'll have it all ready to go. So hope y'all have a good week, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.